Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to the Celebrate Columbus Show, powered by Johnson Whitcomber Insurance Services. My name is Josh Burnett, and as you can see, I've got another excellent guest with me today. We're continuing our series on the Turning Point Child Abuse Prevention Adult Prom. That is a mouthful.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And today I am with Officer Andrew Plank. I've known him for quite a while. He's an amazing guy and a fellow candidate, and we're going to be talking about his journey as a Marine, police officer, husband, dad. I'm sure we'll get into a lot of things. But just to get started, for those who might not know you, and I know everyone knows you at Columbus North now, tell the community a little bit about yourself and what you do day to day.
Okay, well, my name's Andrew Plank. I am currently the school resource officer for here at North. This is my first year. Before that, before I was even in Columbus, I fell in love with Columbus when I was in high school. I'm actually from a small town, Pendleton, Indiana, and I had my state rugby tournament here in Columbus.
Oh, wow.
And my aunt lives here.
Yeah.
And I felt,
Edie?
Edie,
Yep,
yeah,
Edie's
Edie,
amazing.
yeah, they're great. They've been there for me a lot. But I fell in love with Columbus there, and then when I was getting out of the Marine Corps, we were like, well, where do you want to move? And so Columbus was the obvious choice. Great family life here.
Awesome.
And then I got into law enforcement, and my dream has always been to be a school resource officer, and I finally got it this past year. So,
Wow.
yeah.
And so how long have you been with Columbus Police Department?
October will be 13 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't feel like that long.
You're aging well, man.
Oh, thank you.
And I remember when we first met was through the Citizens Academy.
Yes.
And at the time, I think you were undercover.
Yes, I've had several assignments, but during that time I was working as an undercover narcotics officer, and we worked several large cases there to take drugs off the streets.
So, Plank, what have been some of the roles that you've had with Columbus Police Department before you became a school resource officer?
I've kind of been I want to do everything.
Yeah.
I was on SWAT for 8 years, the Special Weapons and Tactics, where we go in and we deal with the most dangerous situations.
Sounds like a good thing for a Marine.
Yeah. I've also been on bike patrol. I was a defensive tactics instructor, which is like hand-to-hand combat.
Mm-hmm.
I am currently a firearms instructor. I did undercover. I was an undercover narcotics detective. Field training officer, where I train new officers coming into the career.
Yeah, sounds like a lot.
I've done a lot, but now I'm currently in the school resource officer position, which is where I'll probably end my career.
Yeah, and so we're here at Columbus North during the summer, and I know that there's some security and safety training that's going on with local law enforcement. But I want to talk about being a school resource officer. You just finished your first year, and I saw you, when you first got this assignment. I was like, man, I'm so excited for you. Like, what was the first year like?
It was a lot more than even I thought it was going to be. So I love my job so much. It's the best. I honestly think this is the best job in the world. However, it's a lot. It's a lot to learn. You're busy constantly. Mm-hmm. You're always moving around. But luckily, I have North High School is seriously the best place. All the admin have been very supportive of me. The teachers have been very supportive of me. The kids are great. And they've kind of taught me along the way. So
yeah.
It's been a great experience.
And so, for those, many people probably already know this, but Columbus North is the largest school that we have in BCSE.
Yes.
And there's a ton of things going on with freshmen through seniors. Mm-hmm. And, when it comes to child abuse prevention, we're raising funds for Turning Point and their new initiatives surrounding that. What do you feel like through this first year, like you've been able to accomplish, or what you've seen like, man, I want to make a difference in this way?
My goal has always been to build relationships with the kids, to break that barrier of Because it's no lie, like the public are generally scared of police officers.
Yeah.
And it's to break that barrier to like let them know like I'm just a guy,
Mm-hmm.
a guy that likes Dungeons and Dragons. Like, that's pretty much you know. So and building relationships and that can help them along the way when they get older and they ever have dealings with law enforcement. That they know like, hey, this is just another guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a pretty rough childhood growing up, and it was honestly. I can't give more respect to teachers. It was teachers and school staff that really kind of put me on the right track.
That's awesome.
And my dad. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so with that, it sounds like you really want to give back and be that type of person that you had in your life.
Yes.
Take me through like a day, or I know there's no normal day in schools.
Always something different.
But what are some of the things like you would say like you love about this job that you've gotten to do this year?
That's a lot. If I had to pick one thing, it would be just like being in the schools and making a difference. When kids are going through a hard time, being able to be there for them, and kind of lead them into the right path to take. Because like I said, I am not a perfect man. I've made a lot of mistakes in my youth that like I've been through. So some of these kids that are going through or have been through those, I can help help them out with that.
Yeah, that's awesome, and I'm glad you're in the position you're in. Let's talk a little bit about child abuse prevention and why you chose to be a part of this prom court, which I think it's hilarious. This is prom court, right, that we're on. But what I keep reminding myself, and I'm sure you, is like we're trying to raise awareness for a really important cause, and we're trying to raise funds to empower adults, not, unlike yourself, that are investing in children every day to help them if they're going through a situation, or also educating them to see what's going on, to recognize it, and then be able to come to someone like you or a teacher or a principal and admin of like, hey, like this is my friend and I want to be there for them. Like, why did you say yes to this?
I've been asked a couple times to be on the prom court, and I always said no, because I'll be honest, the reason why I say no is because I have a very, very hard time asking for help or especially asking for money. That is like the worst thing. It's like a fear of mine that it's hard to get past. But it's been good.
Yeah.
It gets me out of my box.
Yeah.
The reason why I decided to do this is I don't want to be there, but because of my past.
Yeah.
And I know how important and how hard it is, because what people don't know is that some of these kids are coming to school and they have a smile on their face, and they could be one of the popular kids, and they have a smile on their face. You would never know anything's wrong, because that's how I was.
Mm-hmm.
And they're afraid to say something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I said, it's breaking that barrier, is to let kids know and this is honestly just educating kids on the different things, and like it's okay to come tell an adult if something's going on, and if something feels wrong, you need to say something, or nothing will change.
Yeah.
And it's really just getting that information out there to kids and families and parents, that it's okay to come to us. It doesn't mean it's not the end of the world. We can get through this together, and we like to work with parents on that. So that's my why. Is what I like to say is, if I can make a difference in one kid's life in my whole career, then it's all been worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And I truly believe that.
Yeah.
So if I can put one kid on the right trajectory, then it's really worth it for me.
Yeah. Because people were there for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm thinking through, and I don't want to get into specifics and kind of drag us in a negative space, but the reality is, so both of us are parents, right?
Yeah.
And we have teenagers.
Yeah.
And being a parent of children is difficult in itself, right?
Yeah.
It's the highest and hardest calling that we'll have.
It's very stressful.
And kids today are going through a lot of things.
Yes.
And heightened than when we were growing up.
Very much so.
And so with with your work that you do here at BCSC, what have been some of the things that you have seen that our kids are struggling with today, and how can we help them move in that positive trajectory that you talked about?
Yes. So I guess I would mention two major things that I deal with when I say a daily basis, I mean a daily basis, like every single day. Parents need to be aware of what their kids are doing, and is THC vapes, which is, people that don't know, that's pretty much smoking weed.
Mm-hmm.
It's so bad right now, and these kids the kids don't understand is that they have no idea what they're putting in their body, because
Right.
this it's not just a plant that you're smoking. It is concentrated THC, and they have no idea what's even in that oil.
Yeah.
So it's very, very dangerous, and it's very, very addictive. And once it's hard to stop. I mean, I see it. I mean, some of these kids, they can't stop because
Mhm.
they're addicted now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I deal with very regularly. Not just me, but all
All law enforcement.
all over.
Yeah, and it's
the
not
country.
just one school. And
Yeah.
I think for those who are watching this, like, this is a community wide
Oh, it's bad. Yeah.
culture thing, and so parents need to know
Yeah,
what's going on.
and what will happen is that whoever is selling these THC vapes, they will get them mailed to them from either a state where it's legal,
Mm-hmm.
or somewhere else
Mhm.
online, and they get them shipped to their house, and they can sell them for $20 a pop. And that's how easy it is to get it. And it's very hard for law enforcement to stop that, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So be aware of what your kids, and these THC vapes are the size of a USB.
Yeah, they don't always look like.
They don't always look like a THC vape.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is social media.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot stress enough how important it is for parents to know what is on your child's phone.
And which apps they're
Yeah,
engaging with.
Yes, Snapchat, WhatsApp. There's a couple others out there, but Snapchat is my number one. That I would say parents need to be aware of what's going on with that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's online classes that parents can take. There's if you don't know who Julie Q is, she used to give a class to parents that I actually went to before I was an SRO, because my son was becoming a teenager, and she explained, like, she goes through everything about it.
Mm-hmm.
She's very good at that.
And now she's in charge of the
Now-
state
yeah,
for
now
school
she's
resource officers.
now she's in charge of the state.
Yeah.
She's very good at her job.
Yeah.
But parents need to be aware, and I can't stress that enough, because the amount of inappropriate material that kids are sending to each other
Mm-hmm.
is concerning,
Yeah.
and these kids don't have the capacity to comprehend that this is still considered illegal material.
Right.
So they need to be aware, very
Yeah.
much aware.
Yeah. Well, Plank, I'm so thankful that you taken a couple times. I know you're doing training right now during the summer, getting ready for students and staff to come back.
I don't always dress like
Right.
this.
You're normally always in uniform.
I'm always in uniform. I'm just literally in training right now.
Yeah. But with that, we've got a little bit longer. We're recording this in the summer. Cap Adult Prom is going to be at the end of August. Tickets are on sale, as well as sponsorships. And, the reason why I want to introduce you, Columbus, to our candidates is because every single person that said yes is doing this for the kids.
Yeah.
And, doing it so that, maybe they can have a different experience than Andrew or I had on a specific topic. But we want to support kids so that they can have a safe and healthy adolescence and grow up to be the type of people that they want to be.
Yeah.
And not get caught up in the things that happen in life. So you're fundraising right now. We're
Yes.
both fundraising, but this is about you. If you would like to support Andrew, please, we're going to put the link here so that you'll be able to click that. It'll kind of show you a video of where to pick him, and then you can select the dollar amount of, you're choosing to say, hey, I want to back up Officer Plank. He's backing up our kids every day at Columbus North, and really, I know that this is your building, but BCSC is, you're serving everybody.
Yes, I mean, if I just want to say one more thing about BCSC in general is having the viewpoint I have now. They work so hard every single day. I can't give enough credit to BCSC teachers, admin in all buildings of how hard I've never seen people work so hard for kids in my life. So I want to give credit where credit's due on that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think we've both seen that through our careers
Yeah.
with BCSC, and I'm glad you said that because they're working day to day. Officer Plank is doing his job as an SRO, but also he's taking on this community initiative to try to raise funds so that we can keep investing in kids so that they can have the best lives possible. So that's coming up at the end of August. Between now and then, please consider supporting Andrew and all of our candidates. And I hope that you learned something today about the role of an SRO, why you chose to be a part of it, and how you can be a part of this. So thank you for watching this series, and we'll see you next time on the Celebrate Columbus Show.